Hey there, my name is Jason Gaynard. I run an invite-only community for entrepreneurs called MMT. For context, we've had just over 18,000 entrepreneurs apply for a community that's capped at 150 people annually. And we do these annual gatherings all over North America historically. So places like Carmel and Park City and South Carolina and Napa Valley. But our most recent experience, we decided to do it out of country. We decided to do it in Mexico. And I've known of Larry for quite some time, and I made mention to him in passing, just as a friend, that I was having my own personal struggles booking a flight for my own event, because the realization I had was that I booked the property in off season, when historically, when it's when on season, I guess you could say, direct flights are readily available from almost anywhere. Well, in the off season, it's not the case. So not only did I have to worry about and navigate connection flights, all of my attendees did as well. And he said, you know what, let me look into this for you, and I'll see if I can find you a better flight path. Well, lo and behold, he came back to me and said, not only can I find you a better flight path for you personally, but I can get you a business class ticket for the same price through a airline that's not on the major sites, an airline that wasn't on Kayak or Expedia or what have you. A flight path that I didn't even know existed. So I said, please book that for me, and I'd love to explore potentially working with you to support the people that we serve. Because for context, our event is a little bit of I guess you could say, a high touch experience. When it's all said and done, people are investing $15,000 to $20,000 to attend. And one of I think the issues that a lot of event producers make is they believe, or they're under the assumption, that the experience starts from the time they open up the conference room doors. And over the years, I've really come to realize that I can maybe take that experience and focus all my energy on trying to make those 3 days from a 9 to a 9.5. Or I can take half of that energy and focus on what happens before the event starts and what happens after the event happens. So to be able to support people with their flights it was beneficial on multiple levels. Again, from the experience perspective, people had an incredible experience. I was actually worried initially if Larry could offer his services at that scale. I mean, I know he's very high touch. It's very much a white glove service, and I know he serves people beautifully, one-on-one. But could he do 70, 80 people that were traveling within a very short period of time together, multiple flights flying in from multiple cities and that kind of stuff? And ultimately, he did, and the feedback was phenomenal. Was all said and done, really. Even leaning into the experience, I really saw Larry as an extension of our team, and he really almost blended with our team. One could say it was almost like we white labeled Larry and his services, because some people thought that he actually worked for my company. So it made us look good on so many levels. And it wasn't just the research and the booking of the flight. It was, again, the high touch nature of his service, where people are heading to the airport and he's sending them a text confirming their gate, or they're landing for their connection flight and they know exactly that they're running on time, or if they're running late, there's he has alternatives already set up. Or you're landing into an airport where it's a language you don't know and signage you're not used to and that kind of stuff, and you're given a map of go this way, you're going to hit passport control, then you make a left, you go up the escalator, then you'll move into the lounge to wait for your connecting flight and that kind of stuff. I mean, absolutely priceless from an experience perspective, but also from an event producer's perspective. The peace of mind that I had, or that we had as a team, to know that if people were going to run into issues with their flights, they were in good hands. I mean, because we run such an intimate experience, if somebody shows up late, or they show up the next day because of flight pattern issues and that kind of stuff, it really forces us, it creates a lot of uncertainty and really puts a lot of pressure on us. So to have him ensure that everybody got there on time, and then on top of that, the people that we serve, there's a huge cost to them, I guess you could say, being away from their families for a couple days, being away from the businesses for a couple days, and as a result, they try to book their travel like right up to when the event starts. So if the event starts at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, they'll try to fly in like at midnight on the Monday. And the fact that, they worked with Larry, he could ensure that everybody got in, early on the Monday, so they were refreshed and ready to go for when the event would actually start. So working with him was ultimately priceless. Again, white glove service through and through. And my biggest apprehension initially, or the only thing I was really worried about, was I know the quality of his service. I didn't know if he could do that at scale, and he did it brilliantly. So if you're an event producer, or you facilitate retreats and that kind of stuff, regardless if it's 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, or in my case 75, 80 people that use his services for our event, working with him is an absolute no-brainer.